In this video, we're going to look at the solutions to several of the multiple choice questions, starting with number 1. We have an equation with an x and a ln in it, and we're asked to solve that. We have to hone in on the x, so the first step is to get rid of the ln on the left-hand side. The way we're going to have to do that is by exponentiating, because e and ln are inverse functions. If we use each side as the power for an exponential, then the e and the ln are going to cancel each other out or invert each other, and we're going to be left with 2x plus 3 equals e. And then we can simply solve like a normal equation. Here that means 2x is e minus 3, x is going to be e minus 3 all over 2, and remembering that e is around 2.718, this is going to be a little less than 1, a little less than 0 rather, and that's going to give us an answer B. We can be a little more precise with our calculator and obtain the approximate answer, negative 0.141. So B is the answer to question number 1. The second question selected by the poll online through the check-ins was question number 3, and this was a limit question, and you could do some testing values, things like that. What we would like you to have recognized is this has a particular form. This is a function at 2 plus a little bit of difference minus f of 2. Well, that's a change in some function value. And if we have the change in some function value divided by delta x, this is a slope. Not only is it a slope, we're actually going to take the limit as delta x goes to 0, and so that is not a slope precisely. It's in fact the derivative, which is the slope at a single point. And so if we can recognize what the function is, which is here it's 2 to the 4, 2 plus delta x to the 4, what we're talking about is a function of x to the 4, and we're asked for the derivative of that, so f prime of x is equal to 4x cubed. At the point x equals 2, the slope will be 4 times 2 cubed. That's 4 times 8, that'll be 32. And that gives us an answer of D. The last question students requested in the check-in poll was question number 10, and here we're asked to find the average value of a function over a given interval, and that we can pull out the formula for that average value, which says take the integral of the function itself. That gives an area. Whatever that graph looks like, we find the total area, and then we divide by the width of the interval. So all of that over 2 if we're doing an interval from 0 to 2. So let's evaluate the integral. That will equal 4x minus x minus 1 cubed all over 3 between 2 and 0. That will be 8 minus 2 minus 1 is 1 minus 0 minus 1, 0 minus 1 cubed will be negative 1, also over 3, and that will give us 7 1/3, or 7.333. When we then take that area, remembering that's what the 7.333 represents, and divide it into 2 to get an average value, to get an average height, we're going to be at around 3.667, and that puts us in the range for B, between 2 and 4.